Hey sixth graders, it's Ms. Gray here, and I wanted to run through this do now exercise. Okay, so normally when we're in the classroom as sixth graders, we have a time in our classroom that we call a do now. Sometimes we start the class that way, and a lot of the times it's we work on reviewing our vocabulary each day. So this is a little quiz on this week's words, some of the words from this week, okay? So we have the word setting, infer, evidence, and character, okay? So what your job is to read the sentence over here and to determine if this is an example of a setting, or is this sentence an example of the word infer? Is it an example of the word evidence, or is it an example of the word character? Okay, so you'll read each one and decide, is it setting, infer, evidence, and character? And you'll do that for each one. Okay, so I'm going to read this sentence out loud, and then I'll pause so that you can choose which answer you think it might be. Georgie was an important part of the story, The Coal Thief. Georgie was an important part of the story, The Coal Thief. So we have to think back to remember when we read The Coal Thief and what was Georgie in the story. Was Georgie the setting? Was Georgie the infer? Was Georgie the evidence? Or was Georgie the character? Whatever one you pick, you're going to click on the box underneath the word, okay? So go ahead and click what you think goes in the box, or which one is your answer. The next one, the story I read took place on the moon in the year 2030. Okay, the story I read took place on the moon in the year 2030. Is that an example of setting? Then you would click this box. Infer? Is it an example of evidence? Or is it an example of character? Next is everyone is wearing shorts and a t-shirt, so it must be hot today. Everyone is wearing shorts and a t-shirt, so it must be hot today. Is this sentence an example of setting? You click this box. Infer, this box. Evidence, character. Last sentence. Alex looked for a quote from the story to prove Miss Johnson was helpful. Alex looked for a quote from the story to prove Miss Johnson was helpful. Is this sentence an example of setting? Is it an example of infer? Is it an example of evidence? Or is it an example of character? Okay, when you're done, click submit. That's it.